Most of the successful business people that I have met in my life had a mentor. Someone that helped them, directed them, and helped them to accomplish the things that they really wanted to do in their businesses. We want to be that for you. We're going to start the Slanted Lens coaching class. It will meet once a week. We'll have great speakers that come in once a month. We'll have different coaching classes each week. If you missed the class, you can go online and catch up to the things that you missed out on. We're going to teach you how to set up your business. We're going to teach you the things you need to do to be able to grow your business. We're going to hold you accountable to do them, and then we're going to watch your business grow together. So go to theslantlens.com, click on the Business Coaching tab, and sign up for our business coaching class that starts in June. Let me be the mentor that helps you grow your business. For today's TSL lesson, our objective is to get shots of Will Roberts, our world-famous trick roper, sitting on top of a plastic horse spinning a 50-foot lasso. Here are the obstacles. First, choosing a simple background that's going to work with our talent. Secondly, overcoming the lighting challenge presented by the background we're going to use. Third, the talent needs room for his 50-foot lasso. Let's start with the background. I always want a simple background that will allow the subject to stand out. This case was difficult because there were power lines to the north and to the south, making those directions impossible to shoot at, much too busy. I only had two choices, looking into the setting sun or using the sun as a key light. Looking west, the setting sun will be over his shoulder and wash out the background. I don't have enough strobe power to light him and darken that sky. Regardless of what I would have done, that sky would have been white. I really want a deep blue sky. I turned him so the sun will be acting as a key light, and this will allow me to expose for his face, and that will give me the deep blue background that I want. I'm going to need more room for that rope. He's hitting the tree on the right-hand side of the frame, so I'm going to have to turn my camera more towards the house. In doing so, it's just way too much house, so I'm going to try to split the difference so I can see a little bit of fence, a little bit of house, and give me a nice one-point perspective as I look between those two. This gives me a simple one-point perspective with the house on the one side and the fence on the other. There's just enough space for the rope. I think this is going to work fine. I'm going to go with a very simple lighting solution here. One flex flash as a fill light. It's going to open up the shadows, kind of give us a nice light on his face. That's going to be all we're going to do. That opens up the shadows very nicely and allows that sun to work as a key light. Let's look at the camera settings. I'm setting my ISO at 100 because I want as little light as possible. I will shoot at 1/25th of a second so that the rope does not blur too much but does give it some movement. And then I'm going to go to F9 to give me a correct exposure. I'm shooting on the Tamron 24 to 70mm lens at about 35mm. It's now time to photograph Will doing his roping. He's a very talented guy. He said he used to drive down the strip in Vegas, sitting in the back of a convertible, swinging his 50-foot lasso around the car. It's pretty fun to watch. The first thing I'm going to do is take my image into RAW and be able to process it there. I'm simply going to go in and I'm going to bring the exposure down a little bit so the light on his face looks correct. I'll then open up the shadows just a little bit to give us a nicer fill. I'm going to open up my image in Photoshop. I'm going to my old CS5 because I've got that connected to Nix software. I'll then open up the image by double-clicking on Color Effects Pro. The reason I'm going to do that is I want a nice blue sky, and I'm also going to make the grass just a little warmer. I like the look. I'm going to select the blue for my upper color. It's a nice blue that I've put in the program before and used, so I'll use that nice deep blue. It has a little bit of purple in it. And then I'm going to go to the color that I want for the foreground. As I was experimenting with this, I mixed myself a color that was just a little bit warm. We could add to the grass to give it just a little bit of a warmth to the grass in the foreground. I'm now going to go in, I'm going to take this effect off from his face. I'll put a negative control panel there to be able to take the blue effect off from his face. I'll do the same on his hand, so that his hand's not blue. And I think I might even do one on his hat, so his hat's not so blue. It cleans that up a little bit. That'll take care of his hand and his hat. I'm now ready to say OK and output the image. And there we see the application of the color effect we chose, the bicolor. It's very strong. So I'm going to go up to my opacity and I'm going to draw this down to about 47%, maybe somewhere around 50 to 47%, just seeing what I like. It gives me a nice background color, nice foreground color, but doesn't overwhelm the image. And that's my final image. I'll go ahead and output it as a Photoshop document. Then I'm going to immediately output it as a JPEG and have both those versions. I always like to keep the Photoshop document just in case I want to go back and adjust the color or play with it. So there's the look of our final image. Here's some of the final images. I've learned a lot of things from this assignment. There are always compromises. I wanted a dark blue sky and a clean white simple background, so I needed to use the sun as a key light. We made it work with a single light as a fill, but not necessarily my favorite lighting setup, but one that worked for what we were doing. You know, what separates a professional photographer from an amateur is making things happen in the time frame and the situation you've been given. It's a difficult thing to do sometimes, but it was a great assignment. So keep those cameras rolling, keep on clicking.
Don't let him lick you, it's slobbery.
I don't want him to lick me. Don't forget you can win a Glidecam XR2000 by going to theslantedlens.com. We've got 3 of these we're giving away, so go to theslantedlens.com, win a Glidecam XR2000. We're not giving away the PhotoFlex Speedlight Kit because the horse snotted on it. Next month. Glidecam XR2000. The Slanted Lens.